a point that Bud Greenspan once made. Excellence is attained, he said, by those who care more than others think is wise, who risk more than others think is safe, and who dream more than others think is practical. Are you in pursuit of excellence? You may remember Peters and Waterman's book, In Search of Excellence. Or are you in pursuit of good enough? Are you in pursuit of mediocrity? It's your life. You can choose. But particularly if you're going to be in a leadership role where your behavior and your actions and your philosophy and your vibes about the way the world is or should be are going to affect perhaps large numbers of people around you, I believe you have a responsibility, an ethical and a moral responsibility, to be cognizant of your own behavior and how it's affecting the people around you. If you're not, if you're only thinking about how it's affecting you, I would argue you've slipped over into a culture of extraction rather than a culture of contribution, and you're focused on taking from the world rather than contributing to the world. And that dichotomy will affect your ability to lead. It will diminish your ability to lead. Better to be thinking about, what do I want to accomplish in life? What do I want to have happen today? How do I want to feel? And how am I going to make that happen in a way that will be respectful of and contribute to the same questions for other people? So let's think about 5 key questions. The dream question is, how do I want to feel today? The preparation question is, what does it take to get that feeling? The obstacle question is, what keeps me from that feeling? And the revisit your dream question is, when I've lost it, how can I get it back? If you can find the answer to those questions, and by the way, the stamina question, what are you willing to work for that you really enjoy so much that you're willing to put in 10,000 hours so that you can experience what Doug calls resonance, what Csikszentmihalyi calls flow, what many athletes will call being in the zone. Now, I'm going to argue that in this research that Doug Newberg has conducted is the answer to one of life's very important questions, and that is, what is the purpose of life? I won't say that Doug agrees with this, but from my point of view, the purpose of life is, can you, before you die, figure out how you resonate? Figure out how you want to feel? Can you, before you die, invest in your capacity to recreate that flow, that resonance, on a regular basis? Can you rehearse, practice, train yourself so that you can have a more frequent experience of that? And when it happens, are you smart enough to realize that life doesn't get any better than this? When time warps, you're intensely focused, the fear of rejection evaporates, you're performing at your best, it feels good, and you're growing and expanding your capabilities. What could be better? And finally, if you could help others to resonate, if you could help others to find out how they want to feel and make that possible at work, then you'd have a chance, I think, of creating a world-class organization. So in conclusion, let me suggest that you ought to pay attention to how you want to feel and give that equal attention to your external dream, whatever that may be, in terms of money, power, and fame. You should ask yourself, if I'm not resonating, can I perform at a world-class level? And what's my competition doing? If they love what they're doing and they're putting in all the extra time and loving it, will I be able to compete with them? I encourage you to pay attention to your experience as well as you pay attention to your achievements. And finally, to note that it's your life and you can make these decisions. Do you want to live a life of obligation or a life of choice? Do you want to live like our sleepy, obligatory polar bear, or do you want to live like our energized, inspired penguin? It's your life, it's your choice, and I believe that when you make those choices, it will have a big impact on your ability to influence and lead others.